Man, I am so thankful for this screen record thing because I've never had it before, right? Ever.
And she
Oh,
had
hold on a second. I'm playing my own video somehow. Okay, so that's going to be the point. Is this is some video I recorded last week sometime and I never got to upload it, so we're just kind of like going to watch it together and I'm going to say some things with it, like just so I can get it up so I can delete this video because it's not necessary of one to keep. Not really, but it is some interesting evidence. This is just part of the documentation stuff about what I went through as a targeted individual being targeted with a relationship. For those who are new, I was targeted with a fake marriage, okay, that practiced the spouse practiced dark sex magic against me as an attack from the B system for doing and saying some of the things I've been doing and saying on my previous channels where they have been censored and destroyed. And you can't see those channels anymore. Like calling for individuals' arrests, like Bill Gates, Rockefeller, Rothschild, etc. That's a story in a nutshell for those who are new watching this video. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started and play the video.
actually be a short. I just wanted to show you this that I found on something that I didn't even choose to log into. I just clicked something in the notepad on accident. It must have been an ad for this Instagram or Pinterest or whatever it is. And she had an account that just automatically logged in, and I just took a couple pictures. And I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life, y'all. This is just, I have to document some of this stuff to prove the fullness, okay? For a lot of different reasons that I've already explained, so I don't have to repeat myself. So, anyways, 5 steps to staying high value when he doesn't call or text. What about you being high value to me? Why didn't you want me to think you're high value? You didn't give a fuck whether I did or not. And that's something.
So I'd like to add that because obviously I was never going to be calling or texting her because guess what? We were together all the time unless I was at work. So it's not about me. And this data here in this account is from like a year and a half or 2 years into our marriage, right? And so maybe 2.5. Okay, so what's interesting is like I have recorded before. I don't think I ever posted it, but like if you're an agent and you have to do an assignment like this, you know, you have a family and a child and stuff, but you have to go leave to actually be with another man for a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just speaking hypothetically. Like you might like talk to your actual man and miss him, like behind the new dude's back, right? And I think that's what's going on there. Is you know, she wanted to go be with her real man or whatever, or maybe they broke up. I don't know. I don't know every detail, but I know that there is another man. But how twisted is it that this woman is supposedly married to me, but with this man, and has a child with him, quite probably, unless the child was with a different man. I just don't know yet. I'm pretty sure, though, it's with this man. Okay, it's getting confusing already. But also, she's a prostitute, and she's fucking everything that walks anyway. So, do you think this woman actually understands the real meaning of what being in love is and what real love actually is? I think she's so jaded and twisted and fucked up in her head that she doesn't realize that none of this is real love. And that what I had for her was real love because I didn't know that this shit was going on. Because real love keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps putting up with this shit. And it knows that there's a brighter day coming. That eventually we would have figured stuff out if this all wasn't true, and we would have been communicating better and making love and blah 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 blah. Okay. And not arguing and all this. Right? And that's, with her treating me like a complete fucking dog. But anyways, how fucking crazy is that though? Like, so you're married to this guy, but you want to be married to this guy, and you're in a relationship with him, and then you are a prostitute fucking everything that walks your way or looks at you twice. And you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? And I think I said this before, but I don't remember, but I'm more concerned about him. I'm not even mad at that dude. I don't know that dude. Nobody told me nothing. All I know is she's being real fucking evil. And that dude, I'm worried about him. If he doesn't know she does this shit, if he's just a cuckold kind of dude and he does know, then whatever. But like, if he doesn't know and he's a real guy like me that will be hurt by it, especially if he like goes back in a relationship with her or something and they were broke up, or I don't know. See what I'm saying? Or what if she's told him that maybe he found out about it before and that's why they broke up, and she's told him that she's quit that lifestyle and she's just like so straight-laced, and maybe being with me helped her get straight-laced and be more Christian, or maybe she told him some shit like that. Who knows? But that shit ain't true if she did tell him that. So, I don't want to say his name or nothing, but y'all should pray for him. Unless he's like, God's got one coming for him and he deserves it or something. I don't know. I'm more worried about him. You see what I'm saying? Like, like I told you, I don't want my worst enemy to go through what I just went through. And even if it's a fraction of what I went through, because of it being an intelligence operation, even if it's just a fraction of that with him, it's still too brutal. I wouldn't wish it on him. So anyways, we'll go back to the video.
12 markers of a decent man that you'll never see in a narcissist. So she started, while she was with me, even though she's being a whore behind my back, she's looking up books about me being a narcissist. Like, it's like, how narcissistic can you really be? If you're a whore our entire marriage, and you are accusing me of narcissism, and you never told me anything. You were sleeping with, I would guess, about 100 men or more. My guess is between 80 to 100 plus. And it's possible it could be even up in the 200s. Because we're talking about if it's every day I work, usually I don't take that many days off. Now, when we were in Iowa, I worked at home a lot. I did do some landscaping jobs out and about, so she would have gotten the chance then, or she could have gotten the chance to do it with a neighbor, or with this website I showed you on the last video. She could have done it with anybody on that website that was around her. So even if she only had an hour or two, she could have gotten what she wanted. So I'm a narcissist. You're the most narcissistic person I've met besides old cult leader. So you and him have a lot in common. Maybe you should get married to him since y'all are into the same thing. Being real narcissistic and just full of lies and make shit up. Yeah. And she accuses her mother of narcissism, which, based on my experience with her mother, she seems definitely at least somewhat narcissistic, but to the level that Katie is, no. Oh, I said your fucking name again. But that's okay, because there's millions of Katies. I could be talking about any of them. Because those names you don't have a name that's legal even. You're using like 100 aliases. Like, I don't know what your real name is. Fuck. So, there's those things. 4 signs. Yeah, so that's sad if she was abused narcissistically. And I don't know why she wouldn't want to heal from that. But then there's this. Mentally strong kids have parents.
But I was about to say, hold up. I forgot I was going to add this. Like, her mom seemed narcissistic because in the middle of our tribulations on the road when we were married, right? Her mom just didn't even want to hear about it. Like she didn't, like, we called her for help and she just didn't even want to hear about what we've been through. And I thought at the time, I thought that was narcissistic. But now I realize that even if her mother was narcissistic, but there was more to it than that. I don't know for sure if she was a narcissist totally or not, as far as her mother goes. But it's possible. But there's more to it than that, because now in hindsight, I realize her daughter, my ex-wife, which, oh, excuse me. Her daughter, my ex-wife, fucking lied to her and lived a secretive life. And maybe her mom knew a little more than she let on. And her mom tried to discourage me from actually continuing the marriage with her. She actually told me, you know, when the individual was in the hospital, that that I should have her just come home after she gets out. And she really didn't want me to be with her, and I took offense to that at first, to that, like, attitude about it. And like, and that's almost like how all of her family has acted about it towards us. It seems like they could really, they just don't give a shit that she had a good husband and who actually took care of her and like did right by her. Like, yeah, we fought a lot, but that's because she was a fucking jerk constantly. So I think that maybe their family knows a little bit about what she has been up to for this her adult life, like, and they just are like burnt on it, or like they're like faded on it, or they don't quite fully understand what it is she's doing, but they know something isn't right, and they've been lied to and hidden from for so long that they just didn't believe that, you know, I mean, her mother tried to warn me not to be with her, basically. And it wasn't exactly those words, but it pretty much was. Like, you should just send her home after she gets out of the hospital. Like, basically, like, trust me, you don't want to do this. And I was like, fuck. I just was so offended by that. And I was like, I love your daughter, and I don't care that she went crazy. I just want her to be okay, and as long as she's healthy and she can come out of this, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do for her. I mean, I was still, and I didn't mean just because she was in the hospital I wouldn't do for her. I just meant, like, I'm not gonna just give up because she had a bump in the road, which is how I was kind of viewing it, even though it was demonic possession. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was just trying to be as best of a man as I could be. And that's what fucks me up about all this, is because I was being as good of a man as I could possibly, better than any other times in my whole life. Like, and it sounds funny when we argued so much, but it's like, if y'all knew, like, it was all fucking agitated on purpose. And like, I'm a really chill dude, and I can get along with anybody pretty much, as long as they show me general respect and speak to me in a, you know, nice cadence that's not degrading. But you know, her family, I mean, her mom telling me that, it's just like, if I would have listened, like, with my heart and my spirit and prayed, like, her own mother is, and I because at the time I'm thinking her mom doesn't think I'm the right man for her, you know. That's what I was thinking. And it wasn't like that at all. Her mom was trying to warn me against continuing the relationship. And her mom didn't want to see me get hurt. Like, because she, like, one of the first things her mom told me after we talked for like 15, 20 minutes was like, oh, okay, you're good. You're like, you're wholesome and good, and you love the Lord. And she, like, because she was suspicious of me at first, you know, of course, with her daughter, which she knows is into some fucking weird, shady shit. And she literally just stopped the conversation and was like, oh, you're good. you're like a good man. I was like, yeah, I'm not good like God, but I try my best. You know? And I just thought that was so weird. Like, especially in retrospect, it's just like, whoa, man, I had so many clues. I had so much warnings up and I just didn't see them. And now in my life, I'm going to pay a lot more closer attention to everything that happens, especially when it involves something like marriage or like something big, like a big decision, you know. And anyways, I'll get back to the video here.
Who refused them these things? It's like, oh, okay. And then this, bam, 4 signs you're ovulating. So, what is it? Is she trying to get pregnant with her customers to birth a demon devil baby? Like, she really wants to get pregnant. I'm telling you, she was open to me about that, right? And I got her pregnant once. But we had a miscarriage, right? So, this just doesn't make sense. It's like the timing. I looked at the date of it earlier, and I can't remember what it is now, but I'm thinking it was like well after the first year we were together. So she was definitely, for sure, whoring, being a harlot for money and for pleasure and demonic pleasure. So wouldn't it have been interesting if she had a baby and we stayed together up to this point, and since she had the baby like last year sometime, that she got pregnant from a customer and told me it was my baby. Oh my God. And that high value thing, I don't know if that's referring to her being able to get customers more, or if it's referring to a real, like...
And that's a good point, but I believe it's what I said earlier. It's that there was a particular man that she was already with while she was married to me that was back home where she's from, up north in Canada. Okay, so yeah, while she's a prostitute, all at the same time. All this is happening at the same time, y'all. Like, what the fuck?
Steady relationship that she had while she was with me. And that's even double fucked up if that's the case, because she's a whore. So this poor guy has a relationship with her, unless he's like into the exact same shit and wants to like have orgies and shit or something. If he's a regular dude like me, which seems like be her style, at least that's the demon in her style, to get with normal dudes who want to be with one person and then do all this crazy shit. So while she's married to me, she's being a whore, but she's also trying to do the same thing to another guy who's normal like me. This level of madness is beyond just simple promiscuity and adultery. It is witchcraft. That is what she is doing. And furthermore, blatant disobedience to the law of the Most High in this way is witchcraft on its own. That's what the scripture says. But even with the scripture not saying that, this is witchcraft. This is psychological warfare, and it's just bad. Are you a magnet for toxic people? Huh. Isn't that funny that she would even look that up? It's like, you are the toxic person. You're the one who is meaner than fuck to whoever your boyfriend is, evidently, or your husband is, your actual steady one, and you're doing the toxic shit in that way, and then you're also a complete fucking harlot. So, Katie, you look there? I'll call you Katie.
Oh man, I was gonna say, like, any complaints about us not, having intimacy very often and very rarely, I mean, am I really at fault here? Because I'm a very, very spiritual person, and I can feel things that are going on, whether I understand them or not. And I'm naturally, like I've said before, I'm naturally sexual, and I have a very strong libido, just to put it simply and less crudely. I have a very strong libido. I have no problems with that, never have. Okay? And I like to take ginseng on top of it because it even drives it up more, but I only like it to be with one woman. And I'm not running around trying to get laid. This is not who I am. Maybe when I was like 16, fuck. But anyways, point is like, just put yourself in this perspective for a second. Like, you're married to this person for a long time, and like your sexual relationship is struggling, and like for me, I just was like, I don't know why. Like, she's super hot to me, and everything. And I don't need to go into detail about why I think she's hot. I'm just saying I was totally attracted to her physically. That was not an issue. And I even enjoyed her personality, what I thought was the real personality of the good parts that were really just acting, but even so. But if the individual is literally doing it with everybody behind your back and didn't even give your relationship a chance, which was not the goal in the first place, then there should be no complaining about us doing it or not. Because, I can feel that. And there's a reason why I didn't want to do it very often. Because you were fucking everybody else in the fucking world. And you wouldn't even touch me. So, like I've said before, like, there's a reason why. Because I'm a very spiritual person. And I'm telling you, I am normally ready to do it. If I'm married, which I've only been married twice, this is the second time. First time I was a lot younger, so it was a lot different. It wasn't no demonic infiltration shit. It was just some regular shit. Okay? Thank God. That was so much easier than this. But I'm almost 40. Okay? So, just wasted the last... Oh, I figured out just yesterday that me and hers 5-year anniversary would have been this January. So we've been together longer than I thought we have. And so there you go. Almost 5 years of absolute deception. And like, you wonder why we didn't do it very often. Like, even in the most simplest, like, fleshly biochemical ways, like, when you did it with these other people behind my back, you're literally creating a field of energy that I feel, whether I notice it consciously or not. It affects my cells in my body, and my cells know what the fuck is going on, and that don't do it with her. Don't. She's being a bitch to you anyway. Don't do it with her. Huh. That's what it was. Because I thought you were banging. But you know what? Fuck. Anyways, we'll go back to the video. Get this over with.
Hemlock, because you're poisonous. Oh, Katie Hemlock.
Oh yeah, that's her name. Katie Hemlock. Because she's poisonous.
I'll call you Katie Hemlock, because you're poisonous. Oh, Katie Hemlock. She's nothing but poison. Do you realize the contradictions of your behavior? You've got to repent. You got 80 days, Katie. The Lord has told you in the last video. That's what.
It's way less than 80 days now. It's like 72 or 68 or something like that. Because this video I'm showing y'all is old.
Jah told me. And I'm the only one that's going to warn you. I'm the only one that is going to shoot you straight. And that's why he told me to tell you. That's why he's told me to call for people's arrest on here. like Bill Gates and all them motherfuckers. And if things were right in this world, and Jah and his ways were what was present in the activities of the culture and the government and such, you would already be arrested for this behavior. Maybe not for just cheating on me with one man, but this behavior, this is another level. And in the Ethiopica's Tartary, for that 1,000 years, this would have been a serious offense. So when that rolls back around and it's restored, what do you think is going to happen? Katie Hemlock, what do you think is going to happen to you? You have a chance to repent. And that's the most important part of this all to me. Because I don't love you in any way romantic anymore. I care about you. And I know there's a real living woman in there somewhere. Teaching kids how to set boundaries to keep toxic people out. Isn't that strange? So she must have a child, right? And the toxic person in this case is definitely not me, because I never met the fucking kid. Or guy, or girl, or whatever. I feel bad for that youngin', man. I would adopt him or her immediately if she would let me. And she would not have any part in his life until she completely repented. And that's probably what's going on in reality, is she's not to have any part in his or her life. And that's why he didn't come along. That's why she never said anything about her having a kid. Fuck, she didn't even tell me her birthday or her age. So, and she had an ID that was a real official Canadian ID or driver's license or whatever it was, right? I got a picture of it that has the birthday she told me on it. And that's what makes me think for sure. That's like the icing on the cake to the fact that she is not just demonically influenced type of agent. She's actually dealing with the demons and the spooks in general, like intelligence and so on, right? There's no way you could get that done, all official and perfect like that, by the fucking government, without being involved in some sort of psychological operation that's military or intelligence ran or both or whatever. And then there's this, a narcissist's favorite sayings. It's like, that doesn't mean anything because you're the one doing all this. The day God freed me from a narcissistic husband. Now that could be talking about her other husband, or it's talking about me, or it's talking about both of us, but it's just not true. It's her. The demon is going to keep her mind all mixed up like this forever. And the friends I told y'all in the big exposed video I put up a couple nights ago, they called her out for all this without knowing about the prostitution or anything. They were like, you're fake, and you're the narcissist, and you're the one that is abusing Uriah. And they hear it. They told me just the other day, because I've been talking to them, and they told me just the other day, they were like, we heard some of that shit, and like, we know you were being hurt, and that she was doing all that, and that you would have never got loud and upset, that she was just being a bitch to you. And I was like, yeah, I know, and I'm glad you guys heard, because I'd always try to keep y'all from hearing it, and I'm glad you heard it because it's a witness, and I need that witness. Like, fuck, man. I have not just sat here and been a jerk to my wife and deprived her of sex and hated taking care of her. It's like the exact opposite. I couldn't have sex with her because she was doing all this wicked shit. But we did have sex, and I tried to make it once a month because I felt bad that but also she didn't want to touch me or do anything sexual. She just said, let's do it. I'm like, okay, fuck. I told her for like 2 years, that's not how it works. Be sweet to me. Rub on my back. Kiss on my ear. Do something. dildo. Like, jeez. I'm a fucking man with a body and feelings and a heart. I'm not a fucking cuckold either, like you've been treating me. Like, doing it with all my friends behind my back. Like, if I would have ever caught you, dude, you would have fucking... Man, I would have fucked everybody up. I'm not a violent person, but whoever I would have caught you with, I would have, in the moment, like now, I'm not trying to fight nobody about this because you ain't fucking worth it. But if I would have caught you in the act, I might have had to go to prison for manslaughter because I might have fucking killed that motherfucker. And then I probably would have smacked you in the face as hard as I could on purpose. Not because I'm holding it back because you're hitting me and we're fighting and you're so mean. I would have just straight up done it and kicked your ass out, and y'all would, and you would never see me again if I caught your ass. And I can't believe for 4 years I never caught you, and you were so. There's no way you almost didn't get caught. There's got to have been multiple times where I almost caught you, because there was lots of days where, you know, work got rained out and we went home early or whatever, you know. And I swear, man, I wish I would have caught you. But it had to happen the way it happened. And I'm almost done ranting about it in general, but I still have to present the evidence for, in case what's coming in the future. And I feel like I'm in big danger from doing this. And that if I keep going further, like not just into Katie's stuff, because I'm pretty much done with that, I don't really need to know too much more. I got a lot of stuff I still have to study that I have saved in screenshots and stuff, but I need to move forward into the network of these people, because there are people in the network that are obviously involved with the beast system direct, and I'm pretty much 99.999% certain that one of those is the cult leader, okay? The so-called Hebrew. Right? And when I start cracking into that, and cracking into his connections and other connections through her, and breaking open the network of these people, and I have to be careful because I want to discern the difference between just a prostitute and an agent of demonic and beast system activity. There's got to be a clear difference, but the regular prostitutes are always on the line of being crossed over to that, because they're high potential assets, especially if they're attractive. So, 21 questions your daughter needs to ask you. That might be about her and her mom, I don't know. Whatever. I gotta get off here and go to bed, y'all. God bless y'all. And, I'll be putting up other topics probably in a week.
Alright, so, yeah, so there's that. Mind-blowing stuff. Like, how dare that woman think those things about me when she knows damn well what she's doing? Like that's what I don't get, is like, how mixed up in your head and confused are you? Like, and how were you able to pretend like you're sane this whole time? Like, to me, it was just like you were on this massive bitch period, like, for so long, and I never, like, thought about it, like, that you're just completely twisted in your head. I might have said that, but I just thought it was just, like, this strange moodiness sort of thing, but it really is because you hated me, and you're twisted in the head, and, like, how twisted can you be to sit here and look stuff up like, the day God freed me from a narcissistic husband? Like, are you fucking shitting me? Like, that is so fucking invertedly twisted, upside down and inside out. It should be me writing a book saying, the day God freed me from a narcissistic, demonically possessed agent wife who cheated on me our whole marriage from the beginning to the end. Like, and treated me like shit the whole time and gave me nothing but grief, no matter how hard I work. I would come home this summer. I was coming home every single day covered in poison ivy, because I was doing this super hardcore landscaping job where we would have to go and weed eat fields on top of these giant mountains and Appalachians, like in Kentucky, right? And it was like, you know, it would take like 4 hours to weed eat one fucking section, you know what I mean? And we would do roadways, we'd do everything, okay? And I would just come home covered in poison ivy every single day. And 9 times out of 10, you'd get that 1 out of 10 every once in a while where she somehow, maybe somebody crashed her down right before I got home, so she was in a good mood or something, and she would be nice, you know. But 9 times out of 10 during those days, especially during those days, like, as soon as I get home, covered in poison ivy, I'm completely miserable. I just worked for 12 plus hours straight. And then I get a ride home from work, and I come home, and then I'm just immediately, there's no dinner cooked for me, because she's been busy doing all that bullshit all day. No dinner cooked for me. The house isn't clean. When I come home, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Did you have a good day? Blah, blah, blah. You know, small talk, and they say, are you going to cook something for dinner? And it'll be like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel like cooking dinner. Will you cook? And it was like that all the time. Like, so much. Like, and I'm just like, okay. I would get pissed sometimes. I'd be like, look, you know, even if you don't feel good, I don't feel good right now, but I keep pushing through. Sometimes you just got to get up and go and push through. You know, like, think of all I'm covered in poison ivy. I'm working more than I need to so that I can have what I need and so I can have what you need. And you never get taken out of the picture. I never take you I always get what you need. Like, I take care of you. Like, fucking cook me dinner and fucking kiss me and love me and fucking wipe my wounds. Like, fuck. And every once in a while, she would. And I think it's because she knows that she couldn't have got away with as much as she had for as long as she had if she didn't sometimes be good to me, you know. But of all the women I've ever been with, which isn't that many compared to the way the world is today, I have never been treated so poorly, ever. I can even think back to one of my first girlfriends that was really mean to me. But she was nicer to me than this individual. You know what I mean? And none of my other girlfriends were ever like mean to me like this, really, at all. They did some mean things, but they weren't just like hateful constantly. But anyways, I'm just ranting. So this is just more documentation of just weird things. When I made this video that I recorded for y'all, I just like was literally just digging around on my phone, and then bam, I saw all this weird stuff, and it's like, her mind is like inside out. Like, how dare you even come close to even thinking something like, thank you, God, for freeing me from my narcissistic husband, doing all the shit that you've been doing. How dare you? It's just fucking gross. Like, you're so fucking backwards. You are so inside out. You need healing. You need to be delivered from everything that is going on inside of your body and mind. Like, how dare you? Like, I'm so offended. Like, me, narcissistic. That just doesn't work, Miss Harlot, Miss Hemlock. I mean, fuck. It's despicable. Wow. Do you guys feel me? I can't wait till I'm live. Oh, by the way, y'all, help me get more subs, because I can't go live until I get to 50 subs or more. And that's what they just told me, because I tried to go live to do this. But you got to get 50 or more subs. So, I've always been down pressed and kept from getting out there. And like I said, I peaked out at, 5,000-6,000 views max ever on my first 2 channels. And I just got that other video, the part 4, that got 4.7 thousand likes, I think is what it was actually. And then they took the likes away and the views away. And so keep that in mind. Like, share, and subscribe. Always hit the thumbs up. And I hate saying that because I'm not that kind of channel. Like, I'm a real for real dude. And I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. Because I need to, because this matters. It matters that this channel is allowed to grow and speak out. Because I've never been monetized. I've never asked for a donation. And I do a lot of work on YouTube. Exposing stuff. And I haven't been at it for a while, but I'm coming back. So please like, share, and subscribe. Get other people to subscribe. Explain to them what kind of dude I am. And that I'm just real and for raw. I mean, I cuss and I'm just myself. Like, you know, I think, you know, a lot of people give me shit about cussing, but it's like, look at the world, man. Like, the devil needs to be cussed at. Like, I don't want to cuss all the time, and I think there's a time and a place. But this is my channel, and if you can't be a grown-up about it, then go somewhere else, okay? Unsubscribe and go somewhere else. But if you really hear the truth of what I'm saying, and you know that it pumps you up, and you know that I'm right, which is really that God's right, and I'm not saying I'm God, I'm just saying we have to stand up for righteousness, and we have to stop the wickedness. And we can't allow this juxtaposition of morality to continue where people are going to prison for stupid, petty baloney that they should have never, ever been bothered about, whether it's cannabis or whatever it is. While we have the people running the country and the world doing all manner of the most evilest stuff you could possibly imagine. So that's the whole point here, is I'm putting my body and my life on the line for the truth and for justice. And the least y'all can do, if you don't want to put your body on the line, is like, share, and subscribe. Get other people to subscribe. Get other people to listen, because I'm telling you, they will not let me out. The whole fact that the proof positive part 4, right, with the professional prostitute video, right, the big expose where it really unlocks what this woman has been doing, right? For that to have gotten 4.7 thousand likes, which means it got that in likes plus more in views, right? And then to just take that away immediately when I only have 25 subs and I haven't been able to grow since they first shut my first 2 channels down. If that testimony doesn't mean anything to you, I don't know what to tell you, but like, help me, okay? And if you help me, it protects me, okay? Because it keeps someone from coming along and killing me or doing something fucked up like that. Help me grow, please. I've been trying for 8+ years now. And I just want a free, righteous world, okay? Just like y'all want. And I'm willing to put my body and life on the line for everybody. So, that being said, I think I'll go ahead and stop it here. What you'll notice, y'all, I gotta say this too. What y'all will notice is, hold on a second. What y'all will notice is that when you share my videos in YouTube settings, like a comment, if you're gonna share it in a comment or whatever, you got pay attention, because especially when it concerns my shit, and I've seen it in real time on other people's phones with their accounts and my accounts, okay? And I should have recorded a lot of these, because it happens all the time. Even when I'm not making videos and I'm just like watching a video and I put a comment that says too much, they crush my comments. So if you share a video of mine through a comment on YouTube, pay attention, because they will delete it. And I know in some areas they delete any kind of sharing like that in the comment section. They didn't used to. But like, even if you just spell out and you don't provide a link, my name, my channel name, Jonathan Cottrell, right? And put Rasta next to it or anything, right? They'll delete it and nobody will see it. So you didn't really get to share it. So be vigilant, my bad. Be vigilant about it. And that's the only thing I ask. as for now, I'm not asking for donations. I'm thinking about maybe asking for donations, but I don't know. I don't feel right about it yet. Until the Lord tells me that's what I'm supposed to do, then I'm not doing it, okay? But I'm not getting monetized until God tells me otherwise. So point being, that's all I got is your support and sharing and passing it around. I don't get donations so I can buy more tech to make stronger, better videos. I'm just a working man. I work. I'm a professional cannabis guy. I've been into cannabis my whole life, pretty much, and I breed and grow cannabis. I'm not growing and breeding at this very moment, but I'm a working man. I work every day. Just a regular guy. Rastafari. Okay. So, other ways you can share is share it directly through text with your friends. That's the best way, probably. Because when you tell somebody to look me up, they shadow ban me, and it's hard to find me sometimes. Sometimes they don't shadow ban me, and you can find me. But a lot of times they don't want you finding me. That's why I'm stuck at 25 subs still. When I had 200 plus subs on my first 2 channels, they won't even let my former subs find me most of the time. Okay, and this is my 6th or 7th channel. Alright? And then the channel I had with the individual is called New World Order Defier, which is my channel too, technically. Because if it wasn't for me, that thing wouldn't exist anyway. So, New World Order Defier. It's new NWO space Defier. And y'all can go, I'll probably post that up soon, so y'all can see that I'm not bullshitting you. That we made a video together about something important, and then, you know, it was all an act from her. I mean, fuck, man. You'll see. I'll show it to you. The point is please, I forget to say this all the time, so I'm really making up for the fact that I don't say it enough. Please like, share, and subscribe. Send it in emails, send it in texts. Show people, tell people. If you have a forum that you get on and talk to people about stuff like Reddit, or if there's a Rasta forum y'all are on, or there's a Hebrew forum or a Christian forum, spread this channel. Okay? And in particular, I really want this whole expose about what happened to me to get out. Because like, it will strengthen my defenses if more people know about it, so that I can't just get, you know, suicided, quote unquote, right? Like, so that there's a presence about this can happen to you, and it happened to this dude, and he's got evidence, okay? Like, and then, you know, if you have a Bible believing friend that needs to know something about something in the scriptures that you heard me talking about, take a snippet of it or something and share that with them, or whatever. You know, do that, please, for me. Please. I know time is precious, and everybody's time is worth something. But I have no money to give you, but I'm not asking you for no money. And I will do this for free until the Lord tells me to ask for donations or to get a monetization. I will put my life on the line for each and every one of you, for myself, for my children, for my family, for my friends, for y'all, for everybody who loves freedom and truth, and for the people who are too ignorant to know they love it, because they deserve it too. Okay? So, the Lord says we win at the end. And that's why I have so much faith and courage. Because people forget to read the book of Revelations, or they forget what it says. That the saints and the elect basically will be judging the wicked men who have done all this right beside Jesus Christ. It'll be us right beside Jesus Christ judging these people. You know? And this isn't their soul judgment like the white throne judgment. This is we get the 400 years back, like in the book of Esdras. Okay? And then we pronounce judgment on this system and this dragon and all those that run it. Okay? So have faith. Don't buy into this. The New World Order is going to happen whether we like it or not. The New World Order is already here. And it's been here for a while. Okay? It was completed in 1941. Alright? and has put its tentacles into everything. So Satan's 400 years is up. It's victory time for us. And if that means we have to see some of our own kind die on the way to that path, then so be it. At least you stood for truth and righteousness, and you will be rewarded for it. So we can do this, and it will happen because the prophecy says it will happen. And that we will do it with Christ. Okay? This whole like waiting for Jesus to come back is only half of the truth. Okay? So, besides the fact that they're setting the whole world up to believe in a fake Jesus that's coming back that ain't the real one. So, catch me outside. Alright? God bless y'all. In the name of Yahshua Messiah, y'all be blessed. And have peace. And strengthen your families. And your health. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.